What is going on, guys? Today we are checking out the brand new Mi True Wireless Earphones 2 Basic, the latest offering from Mi in the true wireless arena. Now, I'm excited to check these out, but if you don't know who I am, my name is JDubb and I'm here to help you guys make a better tech buying decision. Now, if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my latest reviews. Now, with that said, let's unbox these guys and see what we get. Alright guys, so here we have the Mi True Wireless Earphones 2 Basic. Now these are the brand new earbuds coming from Xiaomi. They just had a press event not too long ago where they announced a whole bunch of new products, and I'm lucky enough to get my hands on these already. So this is the brand new pair of earbuds that they're releasing. So I'm opening this for the very first time, but let's check these out. So packaging wise, very straightforward. We got our Mi branding, that's what they look like. And then there's a bunch of specs, and we'll talk about those here in just a little bit, but let's unbox these guys because I have not opened these yet either. I did cut the paper or the sticker on the back, but other than that, this is the first time I get to see these as well. So packaging wise, nothing else in the box, we're good to go there. So there they are. Very reminiscent of another brand that we are aware of, but we'll get into that here in just a little bit. But cable wise, let's see what we got. USB-C charged, so these are USB-C charged. As you can see here, we got USB-C, which is great. Anything else in here that I need to be aware of? Yes, there is a manual hidden in here as well. Very cool packaging. Big ol' thick manual, probably multiple languages. These are gonna be sold probably internationally like a lot of the Xiaomi products are. But the earbuds themselves, we got the case and we have the two earbuds pretty well packaged in there for security. Let's peel this guy open here. Let's do this the right way. All right, so case wise, let's get this guy open and take a look. So overall, pretty slick looking. Let's just put them in their packaging. Did I put those in wrong? I might have put those in wrong. Hold on, I'm learning here. Here we go, perfect. Okay, so here we have, this is what we've got. So this is the case itself. We got the USB-C port on the back there. We got a little LED indicator here on the front. And it's a very unique style. Now this is a shape and design that I've not yet seen in a pair of earbuds, to be honest with you. So it's square, rounded corners, square, sharp edges kind of on the side here. So I will be testing to see how these go in and out of small pockets, but they are rounded on the bottom, which is kind of just a very unique look, very simplistic, very minimalistic, kind of a matte texture to them, which is really nice. And then you got the flip open door. LED indicator comes on. I don't know if you can see that very well. There's LED indicator and then two flashing LED indicators there to indicate, I assume, charging. Looks like we got an external microphone on the earbuds themselves right there, and probably our talking microphone here, contacts, and the earbud itself. But up close and personal, these look very, the earbud especially, the ear tip, the going into your ear portion definitely looks familiar, but the stem is definitely larger, a little bit thicker, hopefully going to be containing a little bit bigger of a battery and maybe some more technology. I do see kind of a bezel here, which may indicate potentially some gesture stuff. We'll see. I'm not quite sure on that yet, but definitely got touch controls on deck. So that's what they look like. So now let's talk about some specs. And then I'm gonna give them my first run through and give you guys my first impressions of the brand new Mi True Wireless Earphones 2 Basic. So now let's talk about specs. With these guys, you're gonna get 20 hours of total battery life on the case. One thing I will say is that you also get USB-C charging, which is great. The earbuds themselves will get you 5 hours of playback on a single charge. Not the best battery life overall, but better than some. One little surprise was the smart in-ear detection feature, which autoplays and pauses your audio when removing and replacing the earbud. This is a feature that we're just now starting to see arrive in the lower budget buds, which was pretty cool to see here. Now the sound is delivered via Bluetooth 5.0, and the 14.2mm drivers with SBC and AAC codecs deliver solid sound that is definitely a bit bass heavy. Again, we go back to the fact that these do not have any type of gel tip or anything that gives you a seal, so noise isolation is pretty much non-existent. This lack of seal and noise isolation basically causes a lot of noise bleed, both in and out. It gives you pretty much the identical experience that you get with standard iPads, which, if you look at the design and the sound, is clearly the idea here. Now don't worry, I know you guys are looking forward to the mic test, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. At the time of making this video, the Mi True Wireless Earphones 2 Basic honestly vary in price pretty wildly all over AliExpress, but you can check the latest prices and deals using the links down in the description below. So now let's talk about touch controls, because this is a big topic when it comes to the Earphones 2 Basic. Now, they do have touch controls. You can do play and pause and answer and hang up phone calls and activate Google and Siri voice assistants. But that's about it. That's literally all the touch controls that you get. And yeah, that means that there's no voice control, there's no skipping tracks, things like that. So what the heck is happening here? Well, let me tell you exactly what's going on. Now, they've made access to your Google Assistant or your Siri very, very easy. And now what I don't know if a lot of people understand is that nowadays, those virtual assistants control just about everything that you'd want to do with music, including volume control, skipping tracks, playing and pausing, answering phone calls, searching tracks, searching the web. Basically, you can do everything, right? You can control almost every aspect of your phone with voice using the voice assistants. So what Mi did here is they kind of just pushed us fully into that direction. So if you're using the Earphones 2 Basic, you're gonna pretty much be relying on that for most of your functionality. So skipping tracks, volume control, and things like that is pretty much gonna be activate Google or Siri and ask them to do it for you. So what do I think about that, right? What has my experience been? Well, at first, I can tell you I was very disappointed, and to be honest with you, a little upset. I mean, realistically, I get pretty miffed when I get everything except for volume control, so not having most of my touch controls was kind of a big deal. But I decided to play the game, and I went down the path, and I started playing with the voice controls all the time, right? That was kind of the only way that I could get by. And to be honest with you, after a little bit of testing, I can honestly say I'm pretty comfortable with it. And I'm even gonna go as far as saying if I were to use these for a really extended period of time, shoot, I might become a full voice control user. So I just wanted to make a big point about this, because if you really rely on your touch controls, you might need to consider what you're gonna do about these guys. And like I said, I didn't forget, here's your mic test so you can be the judge. All right, guys, so here we have the mic test of the Mi True Wireless Earphones 2 Basic. Now, this is just to give you an idea of what these guys will sound like if you're using them for your conference calls or anything like that. This is the dual microphones that are on these guys, and so this should just hopefully give you a good idea so you can be the judge. So overall, my thoughts on kind of the verdict on these guys is pretty straightforward. I mean, if you're looking at getting a replacement to AirPods, you don't want to pay full price, you don't want to buy a cheap knockoff that's not going to work after a couple of months, and you want something that's just going to function and do it pretty darn well, these are going to be a great option for you. Again, you just really need to weigh that whole touch control, voice control thing. But if you're willing to go down that route, I would say this is a great alternative to those overpriced earbuds, in my opinion. Again, I'm always curious though to hear what you guys have to say. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up down in the comment section below so we can have a conversation. But as usual, guys, that is it for me, and I will see you in the next review.